Hi, my name is Joe Jackson. I'm a journalist, author, interviewer, broadcaster, documentarian, and more recently, film producer. During my career as a celebrity interviewer, I interviewed about 1,400 rock stars, movie stars, poets, artists, politicians, whatever. Over the past number of years, starting in 2022 with the feature-length documentary The Ghost of Richard Harris, my tapes have been used as a source of inspiration for such films, I'm glad to say. There are maybe 2 or 3 more films in the pipeline, but I'm contractually bound and can't say what they are as yet. What follows is a clip from one of my interviews, and it seems appropriate to send this back out into the atmosphere nearly 20 years after it was recorded. It's me and Noel Gallagher, from Oasis of course, chatting on the morning after one of their gigs in Dublin. The world is awash with Oasis stories right now, because they have decided to reunite for the money or otherwise. But let's get back to their glory days in the mid-1990s. By the way, if you want to read any of my articles, such as the interview with Noel, it's available on my website, joejacksoninterviewer.com. And if you don't, enjoy this clip anyway.
The kind of crap they like to get, usual stuff. I'd like to, whenever
She's feeding back.
That's okay, as long as I know it's on. I like to subvert whatever is the normal process in hot press interviews, so they probably want the sex, drugs and rock and roll. But if you can turn that on its ass,
I'm drinking tea, mate.
Absolutely.
And I've got a tray of mineral water there. So. And 3 packets of crisps and a packet of Silvermint. So there's not much
sex. You got the Silvermint, did you?
There's not much sex, drugs and rock and roll going on here.
Okay, well, but if they're kind of some of the threads. So the question of, I saw the gig last night. I enjoyed it. You know the part, now I met someone downstairs who said she saw the band in Houston maybe 2 years ago, and that you always say to people, if anyone fucks anything up on the stage, I'm going home. What is that kind of don't make me the object of hysteria? Will you listen to the fucking songs?
The thing is, when people are moved that much to pull off one of the shoes and throw it at the singer or me,
Alright.
what the fuck are we there for?
Okay.
We're not there to be thrown things at. We're there, we play the songs, people listen to them, they have a good time. People want to throw things, then you see, and it's not, what we always say to people is when you're stood beside someone, if you see them throw something, it's your gig that's going to get cancelled, because we will fucking walk out of the building, because we are not there to be fucked about.
Okay.
So the people who are stood beside the people who are throwing things should say to them, I've paid money to come and see these guys.
Right.
And if you throw that and he walks off, I'm going to fucking clout you.
Alright, did you ever do it? Did you ever feel the need to walk off?
Yeah, we've done it. We fucking do it regular. You know, it's like and we have regularly found that if we go to a club or a gig, somebody throws something, we walk off. When we go back again to the same city, the gig will be fine.
Alright.
Because people are not, and you have to. I mean, it's like we're not here to be throwing coins at or spat at or throwing drinks at. I mean, if I was to walk onto a stage and take one of my shoes off and throw it in the fucking crowd and start throwing drinks at people and spitting on the crowd, they wouldn't like it, would they?
But isn't part of the whole thing the controlled chaos, the kind of all shagging, all drug taking, all drunk kind of Oasis thing?
Yeah, but
it's almost like you generate that kind of response, and you have to change it when you want them, we'd say, to listen to the acoustic set. You know what I mean? You're gambling with a kind of vibe.
Well, we're going in, well, we're doing something that no one's ever done before.
Right.
I was in an interview.
This is Meg, by the way.
Hi there.
Did you get my glasses?
Yeah. Can I have a shower? Do you mind?
No, it's fine. Did you get them?
Yeah, I've spoken to him, yeah. Cheeky sod said he was put him on the guest list and he came and he went and didn't leave the glasses, so his car park's parked in the car park, so I said he can't leave unless he...
His car park's in the car.
Even downstairs car park, he uses that car park.
Somebody sent me these two, sent me an empty box.
Of what?
John Lennon glasses without it.
Alright, that's nice.
We'll take him off the guest list, the cheeky company.
I know, I will.
Nice box.
Okay, so you were saying we're doing something that nobody's done or nobody's done before.
Well, it's like it's a rock and roll band,
Right.
and then you can break it down to one person, and still the crowd goes, "There's ape shit over an acoustic guitar." I've never seen that in a gig,
Right.
and I've been going to gig for years and years and years.
Does that give you gratification when you do that particular set? I mean, it's a different attention.
Well, it's just a different. It's a chance for people to calm down a bit and to have a fag, and just stand and listen for 10 minutes, as opposed to jumping up and down on the crowd surfing.
Do you want that when you're creating the song? Do you ultimately think this is one of the songs I really want people to hook into it?
No. See, gigs are a different thing. People go to gigs to fucking jump up and down. Yeah, it's simple as that. People buy records to listen to them. I don't believe for 1 minute that people don't listen to our records. That don't actually listen to the songs. I mean, they must do. They don't just put it on because the fucking singer's like vaguely good looking.
All right.
You know,
Right.
they buy the record because if not them being a fan of the band, because somebody says, listen to this song, right? I mean, you know what I mean? It's like Wonderwall. Wonderwall is number one in some of the countries we're probably never even going to go to.
All right.
And they probably don't even know us or know what we look like.
Do you buy that line then in rock culture where they say people actually buy the product because they do fancy the man or woman and can't have them? You know that kind of thing, like.
Yeah, I think for
That it's like vicarious.
Yeah, I think for young teenage, you know, for a certain percentage of young teenage girls that might be true. But I think ultimately at the end of the day, you know, you'll find that when these kids grow up, then they're just not fans of the group anymore.
All right.
And
that's only a minority.
It is the records that last, man. You know what I mean? I don't care what anyone says.
Well, even listening when Wonderwall last night, you didn't sing it, did you?
I did sing it. Oh no, they did.
They did.
Yeah, that's right.
But I was listening to that, and I saw a review in the Sunday Times recently which described your songs as lager anthems. I mean, that to me is the opposite of what I saw last night at that point. I mean, how do you respond to that kind of reading of the work? Does it bother you?
People who write things like that obviously have a dislike of the group. Lager anthems. So people get drunk and listen to music. I'm not going to make any apologies.
Right.
You see, people. Well,
From the rain special.
right, nice one. People who, and especially in Britain, who are so bitter because I write the simplest of pop songs that anyone could write. I write the simplest of lyrics that anyone could write. I've got 4 members in the band. We're not even musically adept. People don't like us for the success we've had because they could do it themselves. And I will not make an apology for the fact that people get pissed, don't come to my concerts and sing along. You know, all I've got to say to them people is, stick to your poxy little fucking job, right? And then you look at me when I'm on the David Letterman show and I'm selling shitloads of fucking records and then, you know, then stick that in your fucking pipe.
But aren't you also being true to your people and the people we all grew up with? Where sing song, people getting together and singing a song, like part of the culture.
I'm from, you know, when I look out into the audience, that's me out there.
Okay.
And when the audience look at me, that's them up there.
Right.
It's just a mirror, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not no fucking icon.
Would you like to turn the bed down?
No. I mean, I'm not no icon. You know,
Right.
I'm not John Lennon. I'm just some shit kicker from
But are you
Manchester.
not to some? Are you not now becoming? And does that worry you that you're? In
Well, I
danger of
don't know what I mean. All I'm telling you is, for me personally, I'm just some fucking shit kicker who was shit at football who decided to play guitar. I've written a few good songs now. Basically, that is the bottom line, as far as I'm concerned.
All right.
Now, anyone can sit in front of me and say to me, "You're the new John Lennon," and I won't disagree. But I don't feel I am. There's no one can touch that man.
All right.
No one. And I say, and the one person who was even close to him and still couldn't touch him was his mate Paul McCartney, and I couldn't even touch Paul McCartney.
Do you mean as people, as men, as melodists, lyricists, the whole shot?
Songwriters.
Yeah. They're still the essence of it all.
They wrote the best songs.
All right.
In the history of it. You take the 50 greatest songs ever written. The Beatles have written 49 of them.
What's the 50th?
Wonderwall.
Okay. Do you think? Well, you also love Bacharach. I mean, we know about that. He's melodically sophisticated, and I saw you talk about him on the show at Christmas there. And I liked your story about the inverted chord thing from This Guy's in Love with You.
Oh yeah.
Do you aspire to that sophistication, or where do you think you came closest to it?
I don't. I mean, I just basically pick a guitar up and it happens. I don't know where it comes from. It happens.
Okay.
Like Keith Richards says, it comes to you, man. In a flash of inspiration like that, your hands are just guided over this. I don't know what it is, and it just comes to you. I don't know where it comes from. I'm not concerned about where it comes from.
All right. But what do you aspire, when Bacharach becomes a model, what is it about him that you aspire to?
Oh, it's just his melodies, man. The structure of his songs.
Those quirky turns, the way he kind of turns things around, you're not expecting.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Well, the way that his songs have got, in the same way like John Lennon's songs had feeling. When you hear like Revolution, you see John Lennon's songs, but they give you a certain feeling, but Burt Bacharach's give you a different kind of feeling.
Well, yeah, what's the difference though then? I mean, Lennon can make you angry, he can focus on hypocrisy and all that stuff. Bacharach's very dark and romantic.
Well,
are both those the things you
well,
identify with?
I mean, yeah. Oh, I'm a romantic. That's good.
Hi, this is Joe Jackson again. I thank you for listening to this edition of the Joe Jackson Interviews podcast. And don't forget, if you want to read some of my articles, check out my website, joejacksoninterviewer.com. Likewise, if you want to use any of my tapes for any form of documentary, contact me via the website.